Good evening, Fernwood. It is your article reading articulator, Neil, here, and it's time for us to take in the latest with another episode of Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman. Today we are watching episode 165 from November 19th, 1976. Let us recap. Martha is still holding out hope that George will return from his mysterious disappearance as she tries to feed her new Venus flytrap. Mary shows up excitedly with the plan for Kathy's pregnancy, but Martha informs her that Kathy has moved into another household, and Mary is impressed by the new digs. Detective Johnson shows up to bring Martha to her new job shooting police training videos, but Martha says no because she has to meet Jack and Jill. HB asks for 48 hours to prove that Jack and Jill are frauds, and Mary is happy to have a new father figure in the family. At the Capri Lounge, Wanda shares many letters that show that her late but not lamented husband is responsible for Merle's troubles and that these letters will exonerate him. Loretta shows up and explains the problems that she and Charlie have been having since the fight at the end of season 1, and Merle suggests that he will do anything to help them get back together, at which point Loretta asks for Merle to donate a testicle. Tom takes a visit to Tippy Toe's trailer, drenched from the rain. He shares a lot about his and Mary's relationship, especially from the first season, and he also seems to be struggling with the cravings for alcohol. Annie serves him a club soda with a twist of lime. Later, Tom returns home and grabs a beer from the fridge. Heather calls him out on it. He puts it away and grabs a soft drink, and then Heather and Tom talk about what it means that Heather is now growing up and that Mary is writing in her book probably about them. And then Heather comforts Tom. That's all the recap I've got for last night's episode. Let's begin the final episode of this week.
Mary Hartman! Mary Hartman!
Come in. Oh, Brian, I was expecting the maid.
Heidi? No, she's off today. You're not trying to hang yourself or anything, I hope?
Oh, no, I'm getting dressed for dinner. I'm just checking my hem.
Oh, I see. Well, Christine wondered if you'd join us for a nip just before. You need time?
Oh, if you would be so kind. I'm trying to get dressed for dinner. She told me that I have to wear formal, but my lame Brian just wasn't full enough in the...
Yes, it's quite amazing. It's fitting so well, I mean, you hardly show. That is, you show a great deal, but the baby doesn't.
Well, that's all relative. Brian, I'm really afraid to go downstairs. I never know what to say. I never say the right things.
Well, just do what's customary, I suppose.
But, Brian, I don't have any customs.
Well, then use Christine. She doesn't have any either.
Oh, Brian.
Look, Kathy, don't worry, huh? Listen, no matter who you are or where you're from, you are still the mother of Christine's child-to-be, and that's enough. Besides, you're a guest of sorts in our house. Christine, I know, is delighted to have you.
To have me? Brian, could I ask you a very personal question? I'm sorry. I don't want to be rude or anything, but I really have to ask it. I'm sorry.
Please don't apologize so much, Kathy. It's itchy.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for saying I'm sorry. Does Christine like girls?
Look, Kathy, this time around, all that matters is that it's a healthy child. If it's a girl, we'll just try again later, that's all.
Brian, I know that. That's not what I mean.
Well, what then? I don't know what you're groping for.
It's not what I'm groping for. It's what your wife is groping for. Look, there were these two guys who lived next door to me when I lived with my mother. Two guys.
So?
So they said that they were brothers, but they weren't brothers.
What for? Some sort of tax dodge?
Brian, they were sleeping in the same room together.
I don't know what you're driving at.
It's not what I'm driving at. It's what your wife is driving at. She keeps looking at me all the time. She never takes her eyes off of me. And she keeps touching me.
Well, that I can certainly understand. I mean, given our situation.
Well, Brian, what exactly is our situation?
Didn't Christine tell you? I assumed she would. But evidently she hasn't, huh?
You're getting warmer.
Oh, it is stuffy in here. Should I open the window?
Brian, our situation.
Right, that. Well, it's very simple. Only it's just a little difficult to know where to begin.
Well, this may sound stupid, but why not begin at the beginning?
The beginning? Well, all right. It's like this. You see, my family's more Mayflower, and hers is more like splitting 3 for 1. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Oh. Well, the Adamses are an old family. We date back and all that goes with it. Like tradition, assurance. Breeding is what it boils down to, I guess. Never having to apologize for what one does.
So you mean breeding means never having to say you're sorry?
Look, I just meant that Christine's family are very, very rich, whereas we Adamses couldn't buy our way out of a parking ticket. So you see, without me, Christine would just be another pretty heiress. And without her, I would have ended up teaching history, or worse.
So why does she keep touching me? I mean, is it like some kind of superstition to make the stock market go up or down?
No, she's just making a study of you for her father, probably.
What do you guys think I'm going to do with Christine's father?
Well, it's very simple. You're just never going to let him see you.
What am I supposed to do, wear a bag over my face?
Oh, good Lord, no. And look, it's like this. Mr. Layton has offered us a tax-free trust. Roughly $1 million. Mostly in mutuals, but still good money, you know. All contingent on the delivery of one male heir. Bone of his bone, flesh of his flesh, etc.
It's the etc. that I'm very curious about.
Etc.? Mm-hmm. Well, that means that, what we had in mind to do was to juggle the whole thing around a little, you see. I guess we'll have to use a pillow. It's like this, see. Christine is going to pretend to have a child, you see? A simulated pregnancy. She's going to play the part, basing it on you. Then you're going to have the child. We'll get the money. Our deal with you, of course, is already settled. So it is as I say, you see? Very, very simple. Only just a little hard to explain.
And also, maybe a little bit hard to do. What happens if I want to go downstairs for a Dorito and Christine's father's there?
That's what the box is for.
What box?
Oh, I left it downstairs. Damn it, I meant to bring it up.
What box?
Well, it's just a box with little lights, like a code. Red means you stay in your room. On yellow, it means caution, because we're expecting Christine's father or one of our friends who might just blow the whole thing. And on green, of course, that means you're free to go anywhere you want.
You are going to be smooth. You are going to be smooth as a goldfinch in an updraft. You are. Jody's ears are going to be blown back to broccoli when he puts the pedal down on you. Or my name ain't Charlie Haggers.
Haggers?
Who's that?
Merle Jeter.
Yeah, well, Loretta ain't here right now, Merle. Even if she was, I don't think she'd be interested in the home wrecking business. Or the condo collapsing business, or any of those businesses that you got such a God-given and track-tested, record-breaking talent for.
I didn't come here to see Loretta, Charlie. I come here as a volunteer. I've been told that you need a donor to donate something that I'm the reason for your missing, and that's what I'm doing. I want you to have mine.
You mean you want to donate your...
That's right. I think it's the only Christian thing to do.
I suppose Loretta's told you about the details, too?
She did. Only in passing, Charlie, and only because she loves you so much.
Lord, why doesn't she take out a billboard?
Well, how about it, Charlie?
No. I mean, thank you very much for the thoughtfulness of your offer, Merle, but no.
I consider it more of a debt than an offer.
Well, you have my personal permission to default on your payments, Merle. I'd rather have nothing than one of yours. I mean, for reasons that you're probably too pure-minded or maybe the opposite-minded to understand.
Look, Charlie, I understand that after what's happened, I'm probably less than welcome in your eyes. But I want you to get something straight here. I'm sincere in my desire to make something good out of what my terrible weakness made bad.
Well, you probably think that I'm just lower than a hog stealer for not getting down on my knees and thanking you for sticking your neck out. But you can rest, you can sleep peaceful tonight, Merle, knowing that my refusal is complete. Pending you being the last man on earth, that is.
Okay. I wonder if you'd do me one favor, though, Charlie. Get on that long-distance phone over there. Call that doctor. And I want you to ask him if he's sure that my contribution ain't necessary.
Well, Merle, the cheap rates are on, and there's nothing I would rather do. If it'll clear you out of my shop, if it'll clear your conscience, I will consider it money well spent. And nothing would give me further pleasure.
Hello.
Is the doctor there?
Is the doctor here?
Doctor, this is Charlie Haggers from Ohio. I'm calling, I'm wondering if the donor situation has picked up on my transfer operation.
Transplant. Right. Yes, Charlie. Fantastic. I was just about to call you. I just about given up hope in finding anyone.
Oh, well, if you can't find anyone, Doctor, I mean, I do have the last chance in the world standing right here. But I was calling hoping that maybe you would have some way around this particular donor coming to you at your end.
But I think I've come up with a possibility.
Well, if you got it, I'll take it, Doctor.
Now, Charlie, let me ask you something. Would a little Danish blood bother you?
Danish? Not unless the moon went and turned red with it, it wouldn't.
And Charlie Haggers, I think you're in luck.
Thank you very much, Doctor. You've made me a happy man. I'll tell this donor to donate his to the Goodwill, and I will call you very shortly to firm up an appointment just as soon as I get my ticket. Thank you very much, Doctor. There, did you hear that, Merle?
You mean my services aren't needed, then? Is that it?
Your services aren't needed? What you are donating isn't needed? I don't think your company's even needed, Merle. And to tell you the truth, dog my cats if I don't begin to feel like a new man already.
Well, Hamlet, old boy, it looks like you're about to become medical history. Stout fellow.
Would you like some more of this? You want
No,
some more?
Mary,
No,
this is
I
just
was
fine.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, just don't panic, okay? Don't panic, because I've always got plenty of Manischewitz.
I'm out of four-letter words, Garth. Help.
No, that's against the rules, sweetheart. I can't help.
Help, that's a four-letter word.
Now, wait, Pat, your time's up here. That doesn't count.
Oh, no. And we're so vulnerable. Oh, Garth.
It's only a game, sweetheart. Just a game.
Oh, Mary, why don't you take my turn with Merle, and then we can switch off again when Tom gets back.
Oh, no, that's okay. He'll be here in a minute. I never know what his hours are anymore, you know, because of his new job, and, I'll just watch. I hate games. I mean, I just find them very time-consuming. But I sure do love to watch Perquacky. And you know why I love to watch Perquacky? Because you never know what the next word is going to be.
Hey, why don't we switch to a game that isn't couples? Do you happen to have Payday? You know, it's Jimmy Carter's favorite. It says right on the box that it makes working and paying bills fun.
No.
Hey, by any chance, would you have Mr. President?
Mr. President, of course. Let's play that.
I don't have Mr. President. Would anybody like a chocolate cow?
Not me.
No, not I. I don't think so.
I don't think so. Thanks, though.
Rain check, Mary.
Well, how about the newlyweds game? Oh, no, that's couples.
Wanda, I don't even have the Bermuda Triangle. I mean, let's see, all I have beside Perquacky is, I have ad lib and, split level aggravation in life. Oh, I may have Monopoly.
You like Monopoly, Garth?
Well, as the kids say, it's an oldie, but a goodie.
Well, Monopoly it is he.
Well, then I'll go get it.
Right.
Well, now, first of all, I'm gonna have to go upstairs because it's upstairs in Heather's closet underneath the box where I keep her baby's clothes. Now, I'm keeping the baby clothes for her kids so that they'll know what real polyester is in case by then, you know, we're only using synthetics. Okay, so I'll be right back.
Isn't she a dear?
Where do you suppose Tom is?
Everybody, by the way, the bridge mix is in the kitchen. Now, I threw the raisin ones out because I find they stick to my molars. So just help yourselves. Be right back.
I'll get it.
Right.
Well, a cigarette?
Oh, no, thank you.
Listen. Now, if Tom should come while I'm in the closet, just make him feel at home, okay? Oh, and also, there are some Jack Daniels in the kitchen. It's in a family-sized ivory dispenser bottle. We keep it there as a reminder that, you know, Tom used to have a little problem.
Maybe I'll take a shot at that Jack Daniels.
99 and 44% sounds pretty good about now.
Make mine rocks with the water back, will you, Merle?
All right.
Nice man.
Yeah.
I understand that man of yours is up a pretty well-known creek without a paddle, Wanda. This business of a collapsed condominium is nothing to sneeze at. How's he going to wiggle out of that one?
Oh, he will.
Mayor?
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean you got a way out?
A way in, Garth. He's an innocent man.
Innocence is a poor excuse for poor construction.
Innocence may be amiss among rafters and grafters, but it's bliss at the polls.
I certainly hope you know something that I don't, Wanda.
Oh, Garth, you should have heard what Merle said to me in the kitchen.
What'd you say?
Merle, come on, tell him. It was very precious and very naughty.
I was just saying that you gave me some wicked slick advice on how to invest my love offerings.
Well, I guess advice is a vice with me, isn't it?
Well, here we are. Is everybody ready for Monopoly?
Couldn't be readier. Hey, Garth, why don't you be the bank?
Of course.
Now, I am so sorry that took me so long, but let me tell you what happened. There was an iron and a shoe in the toolbox because Heather used to use them when she used to play with her Ken and Barbie dolls. Barbie used to beat Ken with them.
I'll be darned.
Oh,
Tom!
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Tom, it's so good to see you. Oh, Tom, could you come into the kitchen with me for a minute and help me break some ice?
Hey, what time is it? Do you know? Do you know what time it is?
Huh? Oh, you're bored. I knew it. You're already bored by the party, right? It's a flop.
Garth just bought Park Place.
Oh, is that wonderful? I just hope he knows what to do with it.
Look, I got a commercial coming on. It's a new one.
A commercial? I'll get the gang.
That is a wonderful idea. Bring the gang. They're gonna love it.
Thanks. Now, listen, I gotta warn you, there's a little surprise.
What's this about a commercial?
Everybody, come on in. Yeah, come on now, everybody. Now we are going to watch one of Tom's commercials.
Ready for a little stiff competition?
Or
Well, how about a motel on Virginia for a get-out-of-jail card?
Motel? I thought they were called hotels.
Here it comes.
Tom, you're gorgeous.
Get your trailer to a car. Makes no difference who you are. Hi, I'm Tom Hartman, general manager here at Donnelly's RV City.
Tom, I didn't know you could sing.
Well?
And I'm general manager?
That was a surprise. I got a promotion.
Would you look at him? He's better than Teddy.
There.
Kennedy.
Oh, Tom!
Because we believe that you deserve to ride in style. And we've got styles like the road's got miles. Early American, Spanish Imperial, and all the new Navajo Tallahatchie interiors, to name just a few. So, get out of your house and into tomorrow.
I like it.
That's not bad.
You like that?
It has a ring to it.
Out of your house and into tomorrow? You like
Your
that?
house and into tomorrow.
Yeah, I made that up.
Oh.
You made it up?
I did, yes, sir. Yes.
Do you have to do one to do the other?
To the general manager on the road to tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Really?
I'll
That,
do it
that's
too.
unbelievable.
Thank
Here,
you.
Hit the road
congratulations.
to tomorrow.
Listen, Tom, we got a JC meeting next Wednesday
Oh,
afternoon.
no. It's been changed. It's on Thursday now. Wednesday's
Thursday?
Volunteer Fire Department.
Thursday?
Next Thursday?
You want me to come?
Love to
yeah.
have you there.
I'll
Really.
be there. I'll be there.
Absolutely.
All right.
Great job.
Really?
Really good.
Really?
Thank you, Garth.
Merle, how about 4 houses on Connecticut Avenue and a railroad for a get-out-of-jail card?
I got to hold on to it, Garth.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Listen, can you come to the Candy Striper fundraiser
Candy
tomorrow?
Striper
Yeah.
fundraiser.
It's a-
Well,
Come on.
I'll see if I can
It's
work it
all
in my
games.
calendar.
Doesn't matter who
I just
wins.
think you are dynamite. I'm
Thank
just
you.
kidding.
Mary, Tom was really terrific.
Yeah. Do you have to get out of your house to get into tomorrow?
Tom was really terrific. And you're very lucky. And I think you ought to stick very close to him now.
Do you believe the expression tomorrow never comes? Or is it always? Is it tomorrow always comes? That's what it is. It's tomorrow always comes. Oh, it's yesterday never comes. That's what it is. Yesterday never. Isn't that funny? Why would I think of that? I thought it's tomorrow never comes, but it's not. It's yesterday, isn't it? Why are you standing there and looking at me like that? Why don't you go and buy a utility? It's a good investment.
Yeah, that is definitely a weekender. We begin in Kathy's new situation and start to get some sense of curiosity, and Kathy is wondering why Christine keeps touching her. We see, she starts to question if Christine's a lesbian, and well, no, it's a scheme. They're hoping for a boy, and I don't know how much at this point can be known, or is known. Scientifically, I don't know what's available as far as determining sex at birth at this point, but they get $1 million in mutual funds or whatever if they can deliver a male heir. And that's the whole idea here. And I don't know what Christine's fertility situation is, but mainly it's really starting to feel a little more like Kathy's prison. She gets mild freedom unless someone is over. Then we see Merle visiting Charlie and volunteering his donation. And Charlie wants nothing to do with it. And to me, it's like, wow, Merle, you're actually giving something up. Of course, the call to Dr. Fracas. As soon as he suggested having Danish blood, I had a feeling there would be a Great Dane in the background. And there it was. But Charlie thinks that he is off the hook. I don't know whether he will find out that he's going to have a Great Dane testicle implanted. That lets Merle off the hook for now. And then we get game night at Mary's place. And we've got all our new friends, Merle and Wanda and Garth and Pat. And they're playing some word game with dice. And I'm not sure which game it would have been at the time, but I am a board game aficionado. And in case you haven't watched some of the earlier episodes, you may not know of the Mary Hartman board game, which would have been released well after this episode in 1977, but I haven't played it yet. It's more of an artifact for my shelf, but it does feature running around Fernwood trying to get your storylines taken care of. Some of this scene is missing Tom because he's not there. Sort of getting into the energy and the minds of what's going on there, just sort of seeing how these different parties relate to each other. And Mary being just incredibly awkward because she's a single person in a party full of couples, figuring out what game to play. 1970s board game technology was not very strong, so there were mainly just lame options. Nowadays, there would be much more fun things to suggest. Then Tom shows up, and he is excited for his new commercial, and that's when the whole group comes to see him in, and you can see that Mary is feeling divided from Tom again, because everyone's excited for him and has prospects for Tom, and Mary tunes into the saying of get out of the house and into the future. Some of this is Mary's mind that, her whole life is the house. So if she is in the house, can she have a future? But Tom has a future, and that's something that is, I think, even more separating her from that sense of having a life. And I don't know that she has quite verbalized that in her mind. But Patty sticks around after everyone else and says, hold on to Tom. Stay with him because he's going places. And I don't know if Mary can even process that at this point. So everyone, that is the end of this week. Thank you so much for doing what you do, sharing your thoughts. Let's do the conversing down in the comments. Again, thank you for watching with me, and we will see you next week in Fernwood.